Rock and
We
roll.
going?
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. Welcome to 90% mental. Wait, fuck. I don't even know the name of this fucking show.
That's the best part about it.
90% mental, half physical. Shout out Yogi Berra. Um, the world's first and only podcast, generally speaking. Um, yeah. If you read the title, you'll know we're doing some season predictions for the upcoming 2025 Major League Baseball season. I forgot where I was going with that. Care to jump in? I'm Mara. That's James.
That's me. I think we want to start just by being like, yay, baseball. I've been jumping
Yay!
in the,
Yeah, baseball's back. Baseball's back.
yeah, isn't it great? I've been
Uh,
watching spring
greatest.
training games
It's
galore.
so great. I have not really been watching spring training games, so James will have to educate me on whose looks dumb and bad in spring training, even though spring training doesn't even matter.
It's just name a Yankee. Jason Dominguez looks terrible. Um,
Gold Glove. He'll win a Gold Glove. That's not one of my hot takes anymore, but it was going to be. He's going to win a Gold Glove. You watch. You watch. Um. So yeah, the Japan series.
yeah, it happened. Yeah, Shohei
Yeah.
hit a home run. That was cool. It was like the
Yeah.
fan
I.
kind of interfered. It was given like Glaber like when he hit the home run
Yeah.
last year, and then the fan kind of interfered. But Shohei's looked
Yeah.
like he was over the wall. It seemed fine. I don't know. The pitching
Yeah.
sucked because no one's built up. Yamamoto looks like an ace. I don't know. Dodgers beat the Cubs.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. Shocker. We're shocked. Yeah. It's 2 games. Well, you can't say anything from 2 games.
Well, we can
But
say the Dodgers are the best team on the goddamn planet. That's what I can say. And
yeah.
they're not going to win the World Series, but they might come close.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. Um. Yeah. But baseball is back. Shohei Ohtani, rookie Sasaki pitched today.
Yeah, he looks so good,
He,
except he doesn't have a fastball. But
he
he like
he had
walked.
like 5 walks in 3 innings.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
splitter is
Um,
like maybe the best pitch in baseball.
yeah, but I mean, it's a little hard to tell with like non-regular MLB stadiums what exactly is going on under the hood, Statcast wise. But
Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
the dimensions actually, or like I don't know what the
yeah,
park
I
surface
have
is like at all.
zero idea.
That's for the fan girls. So,
Yeah, well, we'll let the smarter people take care of it. Um, but yeah, baseball's back. Yeah, I
baseball
mean,
back.
sort of for 2 of the teams.
It's really back.
Um,
Uh, a week from today, except
yeah,
another day tomorrow.
somebody was tweeting that 9 days till opening day, and then
Mm.
people got mad at them because the Japan series,
There's been a
um,
lot of discourse about that. Like, should
about
should there
about
be
when.
Japan as the first thing? And they don't seem to know like how many people watch it in Japan, how big it is.
I mean,
It's crazy.
I I'm sure we'll talk about this at some other point, but I really think the future of baseball is international,
Yeah, I know. I
which I
was
think is
thinking
the
about
title of
this.
a
It's gonna have to be
yeah.
a,
I think
an
that's the
episode.
title of a foolish baseball bits is what it's called. But yeah, we already that take already exists. I just think yeah, we need teams overseas rather than just players and venues.
Yeah.
But that's another issue. I think we'll get it started with some season hot takes coming up
Season hot
right now.
takes.
Yeah, I was gonna say after the break, but we're not
No,
breaking.
there's no
We're just
breaks. There's
going
no ads.
right to James
Yep, right to me.
for the first hot take.
Okay. Uh, my hot take: Grant Holmes gets Cy Young
Mhm.
votes. This is the season after he made the transition to being a starter. We saw him pitch like 10 innings at the end of last year as a starter. He looked pretty good. He looks like fine in spring training. I think he's gonna I think he'll do better than I think he's pitches more innings than Chris Sale this year. I think he looks better, and I think he gets some
Man,
back end Cy
that's
Young
yeah.
votes. There you go.
We love back end Cy Young votes for random people. I mean, he's not necessarily. He's pretty random, I
He's a
would
random.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a rando. He's got like the same last name as it's whatever. Lots of like. I think if you share names with multiple other people in the league, you're kind of rando status.
Well, Nick Pollock has nicknames for the two of them that kind of separates them out. It's Clay Holmes, aka the Adobe, and then Grant Holmes, aka the real estate broker, because he gives people's houses. I don't really like that nickname.
That doesn't make any sense, but that is funny. Yeah, I like the take. I can't say I've looked too much under the hood, but I think it would be fun
I mean, you'll
more than
see when we
anything.
get to my uh, rotations and my teams, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like the Braves a lot
Ah,
this year.
no, yeah, they're gonna be fucking fantastic. My hot take number one: the formerly Oakland Athletics, rest in peace, lead the league in home runs as a team.
You're really betting on
I
the
mean,
park factor here, huh?
I'm betting on the park factor. I'm betting on people to be good. I mean, I don't. I think I still have the. I don't have the Athletics getting anywhere near the playoffs, but I think park factor. They have a lot of people who can hit for power.
Mm-hmm.
Brent Rooker, obviously. Um, I'm now forgetting them off the top of my
Shea
head.
Bangaliers,
Noda, Langoliers, JJ Bleday.
Geloff.
I'm gonna talk more about
You're
JJ
forgetting the
Bleday
best player
later,
on the
but
team, the Law
Mason
Dog.
Miller doesn't hit home runs.
Oh, Lawrence Butler. The disrespect.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding,
Oh,
but Lawrence Butler, fantastic.
sign an
Yeah, I
extension?
think the A's. I don't look. The A's could be a team of Kyle Schwarbers, but I think they'll hit a lot of home runs
Oh, but
in
actually,
the new stadium with improvements to their roster, which I think are coming.
wait,
Um,
to the
Still probably not winning 80 games, but what do you got?
to the spring training point and the A's, their shortstop prospect Jacob Wilson, who's kind of he's like a slap hitting guy. He has like 4 home runs or something in spring training. I mean, it's all off terrible pitchers, right? But he has
Yeah,
more pop than
it's
he's like a hit tool 300 average kind of guy, and that fits perfectly when you have a team with Kyle Schwarbers. So I really like their
yeah.
lineup construction looks
I mean,
pretty
I
nice.
don't think they're quite. Yeah, no, for sure. Uh, you know, I, 2 years removed from one of the worst teams of all time. I think they have an outside shot at a wild card.
If you told me they made the wild
Uh,
card, I wouldn't be
I wouldn't
stunned,
be
but
shocked.
I'd wonder which of the pitchers did really good.
Yeah, no, they need at least one or two of their pitchers to exist for that to happen. But they could have a really good offense.
Um, okay, I'm gonna jump in with my next hot take because this is
Yes.
a good one. I don't know if you
Okay.
saw the news. You probably did the other day that Joey Gallo was designated for assignment and is now going to be pursuing the rest of his career as a pitcher. People say that he's going to be really good at
I did not see
striking.
this. Holy
So
shit.
people said that he's going to be really good at striking people out because that's all he ever does is K. And so my hot take is Joey Gallo is going to sign with the Chicago White Sox at some point this season and close a couple games for them. Throw an absolute gas out of the pen after Mike Clevenger relinquishes the closer spot.
That is a steaming hot take, but I love it. That's fantastic. We love Joey Gallo pitching. Um, yeah. What's his pitch mix look like?
I have no idea. There's no data. There's no anything. He just said, "I'm not quitting baseball. I'm going to come back as a pitcher." So I hope it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think he throws a cutter.
He's like the next Shohei Ohtani, really, though. I mean,
Yeah,
he hits
no.
bombs. You know,
Abolish the DH
poor
so
Joey.
Joey Gallo can hit again.
Wasn't he a really good Didn't he have a really good arm in right field or something? I feel like he had a good. I feel like he
Yeah,
had.
no, he's a fantastic defender.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why people really liked him as a Yankees left fielder. Or, yeah.
Right, and just pull
Was
the.
he in left or right? I don't remember. No, but he's a really solid outfielder.
But he'll be a pitcher as an athlete kind of moment now. You know.
Yeah. Pitchers are athletes. Except Big Sexy. I should have thought of somebody funnier, but I didn't get that far when I started making the joke.
No, that's a good non-athlete. All right, care to get us into
Yeah,
your.
but he's the GOAT.
Oh, he's the goat. But I mean, I guess
Yeah.
he has
My favorite steroid user.
less home runs than like Madison Bumgarner or something, though, right? So really, I feel like Mad Bum had a couple,
Classic.
like three. I don't remember though.
He's got one of the most famous home runs of all time.
Wait,
It's
bring
like,
back. Wait. You know, you're right. Abolish the DH. Bring back pitchers hitting so Joey Gallo can hit home runs. You're totally right. That's what we
yeah,
need. I was missing that part of the when you said that.
you,
It just dawned on me. That's awesome.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Baseball was better when Joey Gallo was getting at bats.
I mean,
Even if they were bad at bats,
as long as it wasn't for my
baseball as a
team.
vibe was better. Yeah, as long as I think we should mention at this point that I'm a Yankees fan and James is a Red Sox fan. So that will be a dynamic moving forward.
I've never had to suffer Joey Gallo on my team.
Hey, at least the Aroldis Chapman is no longer on my team.
Okay, but you have the perfect game of the abuser, Domingo Herman. That's got to be like the baseball
Yes,
gods
no, that is yeah,
say it's up in there.
yeah. God is a cruel man. He's neither of those things, or a he.
But the baseball
Whatever.
gods,
We don't have to
they're
get
like a
into it.
tribunal. I always picture them as like the great. It's like
The Trinity.
yeah.
I don't believe in the Trinity. Catholics are gonna get so mad at me.
I
Shut up, Catholics.
can drink to this.
Suck my apple juice.
You have apple juice?
I'm drinking apple juice out of the big ass container.
No, that's awesome.
All right, my hot take number 2, and this is a hot take I've been sharing on Twitter a lot and Blue Sky a lot.
The everything app.
Yeah, the everything. Cody Bellinger is gonna be awful, just awful, unplayably bad. Some might say. I've said it. I've said it multiple
Where's he gonna
times.
play? Is it right field?
No, he's the center fielder for the New
Oh,
York
I
Yankees.
forgot he's the center fielder for the Knickerbockers.
We have a generational prospect, switch hitting center fielder prospect, and
Oh,
we're
he's
like,
the left
no,
fielder.
we're gonna bring in Cody Bellinger, who's already a minus defender in center field, to play instead of our 21-year-old, or is he 22? Our young center field prospect.
All I know is Yankees prospects tend to be kind of old for the level. Like Spencer Jones, he's like
Aaron
27.
Boone, yeah, Fire Boone. He's very much not 27.
He's like 25.
This I know. Austin Wells is old. Let me give you some.
Oh, you're gonna tell
some numbers.
How bad Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger, 1.2% walk rate against left-handed pitching. Awful. And it's not like he was raking either. He had like not a very good isolated power. He's striking out 15% of the time, which is not awful, but like 1.2% walk rate, they'll just throw it outside the fucking zone. It's, career worst fly ball rates, pull rates. He's just so unbelievably bad against left-handed pitching that you have to platoon him. And it's just like,
who's his platoon partner? It's for
yeah, it's like he's what, a top 15 highest paid player in the league this year, and he's like a fucking platoon bat, first base, corner outfield type that the Yankees have fucking playing center field on a team that just made it to the World Series. A completely unserious organization, I must say.
Yeah, the projections, BAT X, which is like Derek Carty's system, which kind of integrates some StatCast data into a projections model,
Yeah.
as well as the other kind of StatCast one with Oopsie with like the bat speed and stuff. They both have them at like a 103 WRC plus, which is just not what you want to be paying for if you're the New York Yankees.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be kind of worse than that. Um, I mean, his his BABIP against left-handed pitchers was like 328. I don't compared to 268 against right-handed pitching, which I think is more around. Like I don't think I think he's going to probably have a sub. He's not fast anymore. I think he's going to have a sub 300 BABIP, which kind of tanks his like. He hit 298 against lefties last year. But if he's hitting fucking 240 with no power and no walks against lefties, like, what do you like? He can't. You can't keep trotting him out. I mean, Aaron Boone will, but because we suffered through Donaldson, we suffered through Gallo, we suffered through all of the people.
How long's this
1 year,
contract?
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and then he was good actually, even though he was the same player.
It's only 3 years. That's right. You're not even suffering that long.
Cody Bellinger, it's only 2 years, right?
Oh. Fangraphs had him at 3. Oh, but it might
But
have been 3 last
arguably,
year. Yeah, yeah.
of people with like under 2 years left on their deal, probably the second worst contract in baseball.
Yeah, that's pretty.
After, of course, Tony wage theft. My hot take should have been he's gonna be good. The bounce back for Rendon is coming.
I didn't. Isn't he
Believe.
already getting? I think he's already getting a surgery. I don't remember what it was. He kind of waited until like the season was
Sure
getting
is.
close to start, and he was like, because remember that quote where he was like, I don't even like I'm not even here to play baseball. I'm just like not here for the love of the game. I like the money, and then he's just
Yeah.
like every
Sometimes
year.
when players do bad, but they still like love the game, you can see a bounce back coming. But when they just aren't there,
No, it's like
yeah.
Royce Lewis is
The
like.
Angels are so.
Well,
Yeah.
that's like the difference. You get like Royce Lewis is always hurt, but like he loves the game, and you can see like the pain on his face. Like when he hurt himself in spring training the other day, like you could like see how frustrated he was about it.
Yeah.
Anthony Rendon, he'd be like, "All right, laughing to the bank."
That contract, man.
Anaheim Angels.
I
Actually,
mean, that
wait,
contract.
wait, that leads me in. Wait. This is the perfect segue. The Anaheim Angels. My third hot take: Taylor Ward is the best AL West outfielder. Um, who else is in the AL West? You might ask. A lot of people. Jose Altuve is actually an outfielder in the AL West this year. Don't forget left
Oh,
field for
right,
the
yeah.
Houston Astros. There's Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker's playing out there, Garcia. I mean, I just think
Wyatt
he's
Langford snubbed.
yeah, and like Mike Trout. Like I just think Taylor
J
Ward.
Rod.
He's oh right, J Rod. J Rod's actually a choker. I think Taylor Ward still got it in him. I forgot about J Rod. Um, he's just gonna have a big season. Everyone kind
Evan
of
Carter.
underrates him. Oh shoot. No, Evan Carter's like a back issue. Like he's like age 23
Oh,
and
I'm sure.
he can't stay healthy. I think it's Taylor Woods' year. Speaking of not staying healthy, he always gets hit in the head by pitches. Doesn't matter. He's getting like 25 steals. Sorry, 25 home runs, like 15 steals. Gonna bat like 250, and he's gonna level up his defense this year. He's learned so much from Mike Trout. Mike Trout isn't playing center field. He's not playing center field. I don't know where they play left and right, but yeah, there you go.
I think they have him in right.
Yeah, I think
That's what
this is the
Fangraphs
year.
has him.
Oh, the depth chart.
Shout out fangraphs.com.
Yeah, go support them. What is it, like
Yeah.
10 bucks or something?
Yeah. Top 2 subscriptions.
Behind my
But
OnlyFans.
I also have a StatNet subscription. Also a fantastic crowd. You have anything else to say about Taylor Ward?
No, he's just gonna be good, and he's better than everyone else. I mean,
I don't think he's better than everybody else, but if he's great, it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, he's learned from the best. He has was it Rendon and I was trying to think of another terrible player on his team, and no one like I don't his team's everyone's so
What
young.
the fuck is that infield now?
Whoa. Zach Neto will be back from surgery. Luis Rengifo,
Oh, right.
my goat. Nolan Shanuel at first base, and then like
Isn't
some random at second.
Renifo playing? Who do they have in center field?
It's gonna be Joe Adele if he wins the job, which
Oh,
he won't because
I
he's
get it.
terrible, sadly. Or it's gonna be like Mickey Moniak. It's gonna be like a defense first guy.
I thought it was Renifo. I thought Renifo was.
He's not a center field guy. He's like a utility guy. He could play corner outfield.
I thought he had. I thought he played some center field last year. I don't remember. This is a podcast a lot about both of us not really remembering or understanding each other. In case you're picking up on that, I'm gonna come back to my number 3 and go to my number 4 hot take.
Does it have to do with the AL West?
No, we're going back to the AL East.
Okay, perfect. I'm here for that.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh hell yeah!
Not only will Vladdy have a great year, Vladdy is going to fucking tungsten Armo Doyle this year. Like, have a season where he does something that hasn't fucking been done since Mac Wilson or Jimmy Fox. Some great power hitter of the 30s and 40s. He's gonna, like, historically great in a particular way. Probably top 3 AL MVP voting pretty easily. You know, I only don't say he's the MVP because I think the American League is pretty top heavy with MVP candidates. Um, Especially if you're a first baseman, but like could be a historically great hitting season this year. I mean, his numbers for the second half of last year were insane, and I don't see any reason why he doesn't just continue doing that.
And he has some lineup protection with if Bo Bichette's like anywhere near normal, and they traded for. I think they got Jimenez, and then I don't know. The lineup just like should be better. We say this every year,
Yeah,
but
the
the Blue
lineup
Jays, they should be better.
is like surprisingly good, right?
I feel like they're like middle of the pack because I don't believe in everybody. But
No, but like
Vladdy's like,
Santander.
oh right, they signed Santander too. Oh god, they're actually really good because Varsho's back, Santander and Springer.
And
That's their
I like the
outfield.
Kirk bounce back.
Yeah, Alejandro Kirk's great. Their team, they seem really good, but sometimes but they're in the AL East, so like.
Yeah, I don't think they may not make the playoffs, but
Wow, that offense is great though. That's right. They used like
yeah,
2 years ago
I
we were
don't.
still.
Yeah, uh, yeah, I still think probably they should burn some of it down.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh, because
if
Vladdy's.
they're not burning it down, this was probably as good as they were going to get without like buying premium starting pitching.
They're super apart on contract stuff. I think I don't remember what the number reported was. There were numbers about what he wants and what they want. They gave him
Yeah.
offers and he didn't take them before the season, which is kind of indicative of something. But he could be an all-star break acquisition, I guess, for someone maybe the New York Yankees even.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, clearly doesn't want to be a Yankee, but I would love him in pinstripes.
Yeah, everyone thought he was a Red Sox actually this offseason when they were like, because he said he would like really love to play alongside Devers.
He fucking hates the Yankees.
Yeah. But we'll see.
If it goes Vladdy and then Devers, like 2-3 in a lineup, Garrett Cole probably will cry himself to sleep.
Well, it's okay because he won't be pitching until like mid 2026 or something, right? So no big deal.
Yeah, no biggie.
Oh, but he got internal brace. We'll see. We'll see how that.
I like Garrett Cole, but I don't really care about his feelings.
He gets hair, and he can grow it out now.
Which will be fun. I bring back long hair Garrett Cole.
He had aura. The Yankees just take away aura except from Jazz.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some Jason Dominguez aura.
There will be.
I think all the guys with the mustaches have aura. Nestor.
What was but Nestor's on the Brewers now. Who's your guy who had the big mutt?
I know.
Who had Matt Carpenter?
Oh yeah. Matt Carpenter. That was aura. I loved Matt Carpenter. That what was it? Fucking 70 games of Matt Carpenter being the second best hitter in the world. Bring me back.
Well, and he was pacing for like 50 home runs that year. And now if we are continuing our theme of like really great segues from me, that would be segueing in and the AL East too, right? This is segueing into my next hot take. Tristan Casas, 50 home run season. Last year he tore something. He like super messed up his oblique, and the doctor said it was like he was having a car crash every time he swung the bat. After he'd like recovered for a couple months, he was saying, "Oh, it only feels like I'm getting shot in the side now. It doesn't feel like anything like that, like more than that." I think, and Alex Cora was like, "You can't say that. Like, we wouldn't let you play the game if you were like being shot in the side." But no, this is his year. He's gonna be healthy. He looks great. He hit a opposite field home run off Chris Sale in spring training, and he's got the power.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. And I think we'll talk about the Red Sox. I have lots to say about the Red Sox.
Oh, me too.
But I think him being good is gonna be like the backbone of that lineup as it grows into like of that young lineup. You know, especially if the question marks about Bregman. There's
Question
not like
marks.
huge question marks.
What are
He
question marks?
just like if we're getting great Bregman or like
Oh yeah.
good Bregman. Like you need like Casas Devers to like exist to like win games when the rookies are like feeling out major league pitching. Also, Trevor Story exists, but you know,
He looks really
who
good
cares?
too. But he'll get hurt in like week one. He'll like tear his shoulder and he'll be
Yeah,
out for the season, like every year.
I'm sure. What are the launch angle and exit velo stuff and barrels for cases? Do you know?
I think he's most things project him for like 30 or so, even after last season kind of knocking everything down pretty hard. And the season before, like people are like, oh, he has like kind of 40 home run upside, but I kind of see more just because his approach is so. He reminds me a little bit of like a Matt Olson type at first,
Yeah, yeah, that is yeah.
where like he could either hit for like um, more average and or he could hit for more power, and it just will kind of depend on what he does each season. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the Matt Olson bounce backs feeding families this year, but that's neither here nor there. Do you have anything else to add on
No, he's a beast.
cases? Speaking of segues, um, my fourth take, and this is a take I've always had and will always continue to have. This is JJ Bleday All-Star season. Down ballot MVP votes. The Bleday-essence is real. I mean, JJ Bleday, for those of you who don't know, because I don't know, not everybody maybe follows baseball as much as we do. Center fielder for the Athletics. Going back to my leading the league in home runs. His launch angle, exit velo, pulled fly ball stuff. So good. Like, when I was first looking into him in like 2022, the best comp was Mike Trout, who at that point in time had a shortened but fantastic season. And it's just like JJ Bleday, one of the better outfielders in the American League. He walks a lot. He hits a lot of hard fly balls to the correct side. Lefty power. He's great. And I think the defense improves in center field. I mean, I don't think he's going to be a great defender in center field, but like, you know, passable enough. And I think that should be enough to get him an outfield spot. I think, as you were saying, the American League is kind of top heavy with outfielders, but like not that many outfielders. Like once you get past, like who are the outfielders in the American League that are worth like, I mean, you know, Taylor Ward, sure, J Rod, sure, Garcia, and Langford.
Luis
Like,
Robert,
the AL Central.
pretty good in the Central.
Yeah, Robert and Judge. But, like, there aren't. I feel like the National League has
They have all the
huge
guys.
numbers of, like, just lots of outfielders. And the American League doesn't have near as many. And, yeah.
Oh, Jaron
That's, I
Duran.
think,
Don't disrespect.
my GOAT. I love Jared Duran's tennis racket quotes.
My little sibling keeps sending me like Jaron Duran edits from a like Instagram fan page. I feel like the most I don't remember what it was. The most recent one was like about him and um yeah, it's all just like playing on that, you know.
Last year, I said the Red Sox won't be good until Jared Duran has blue hair and pronouns. He got rid of he had blue hair briefly, or something, right?
His
He
blonde
had
hair is really bad. Yeah, he dyes
blonde
hair.
hair, yeah. That was kind of gross. But if he dyes his hair blue, I mean, the tennis racket comment,
I mean, if he's saying the
pretty
S
close
slur,
to
I
pronouns.
was gonna say
Yeah,
like surely he
that's
must have.
basically pronouns.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he must
blue
be
hair
able to
and
say it.
pronouns, Jared Duran will win World Series MVP.
But isn't
for
that
the
just like
Boston
PCA?
Red Sox. Yes, but we don't have to talk about it. I don't
Wait,
care
what?
about the Cubs.
Wait for Oh well, I do. We'll get there with the divisions. What do you think about Bleday's batting average floor? But like, if he's like walking a bunch, he's putting up like 25, 30 home runs. Where do you kind of?
Like, I mean, he has consistently been underperforming his like. I mean, his BABIP was like awful his first 2 seasons,
Right?
and it was like bad but not atrocious last year.
And he's not
And
slow.
he hit like 240. I think the lowest he hits is like 220, but if he hits 220, he's still a like valuable player. He'll still get playing time. But I think 250, 260, and then uh, oh yeah, he's spring training. He's hitting 324, 452, 529 for 160 WRC plus, which would be really fun.
He's probably just playing against like
The
Yankees
yeah,
pitchers though, like the Yankees five or whatever.
God damn it. But yeah, I think he could hit 260,
Hmm.
260, 350, 500 or something.
Yeah, sure.
Like, that's not necessarily unreasonable. I'm not sure that's. I mean, an 850 OPS is fantastic, but like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he OPS is 800 at least. He got pretty close last year, especially in the first half. You want to hit me with the
I was
final
gonna
hot
say
take?
my final hot take is gonna be something I'm hitting you from out of left field. I know I really love Mason Miller, but there's a reliever who I don't know. I'm just feeling him for this year. I don't even know if you've ever heard of this guy. He's a Cincinnati Reds, so chance. His name is Tony Santillan. He's a relief pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, well
I'm opening up the fan graph.
you're in for a treat. In his 30 innings last year in relief, he doesn't qualify for um, kind of CR leaderboards and stuff like that. But in his 30 innings, he had a 13.8 K per nine while walking 2.7 batters
That is,
per nine
yeah, I'm
innings.
looking at that. That's
He is
pretty
a
crazy.
freak. No one knows who this guy is. He's going to be the Reds closer because Alexis Diaz is already having problems with management.
Yeah, you look at the XFIP and the XERA.
It's,
I mean, that's
I mean, he's elite, right? It's just a question of having that closer job. So I have him as my number one closer in the game this year. And from there's a lot of top tier guys. There's Diaz and Clase and stuff, but this looks good. The one problem is he's pitching in the Cincinnati park, but I think if you kind of park adjust his numbers,
Yeah.
He looks great.
I mean, 6 times last year he pitched over an inning in relief, which I think bodes well for workload.
And he's 28. Like, he's prime of his career.
Yeah,
That's my guy.
I believe it. Um, it actually segues directly into my next take. The Cincinnati Reds win at least 95 games.
Holy cow. Uh, so you.
I think that team could arguably the third best team in baseball. I think Braves and Dodgers clear.
Wait, Reds number 3?
I think the Reds. I don't necessarily think it's guaranteed. It's definitely not guaranteed. But I think there is easily a world where the Reds are the third best team in baseball.
Wow.
I think that I mean, Ellie De La Cruz, I think continues to improve. I mean, he was, what, a 6.5 WAR player last year? He's probably pretty easily going to be an 8 WAR player without much changes at all. Matt McClain is back. We love Matty. I love me some Matty. I think he's a 6 WAR player. Christian Encarnacion Strand is he still on the team? I
Yeah.
keep
Yeah,
forgetting whether or
he's
not
probably going to
he's
play first
actually
for
on the
them
team.
because they optioned Marte to AAA. It's
As they
probably
should.
Strand at first.
I'm getting him confused with my um I'm getting it confused with my most recent out of the park
I
baseball
think
save,
I think the
which
infield is
I was the
Strand,
Rockies and I trade.
and then McLean at
They
second.
have Steer playing first
Yeah, but
base
he's hurt
here.
right now, so it's Strand at
Yeah,
first, McLean at second,
they
Elliott
have
at
him
short,
DHing mostly.
and then Lux and Heimer Candelario like platoon in third base.
Yeah, and Fraley and Friedel in the outfield.
I love Friedel. TJ Friedel's he's a like Statcast merchant in that
Yeah,
his Statcast page I think looks terrible. I think he just pulls every single barrel. And so he like everyone's always like, oh, he's gonna regress. He pulls the ball. He shouldn't be getting this many home runs with that number of barrels. And then he just like crushes it because he's like Isak
yeah,
Paredes, but he plays for the Reds.
yeah. Great American Ballpark W.
I've heard it called the Great American Small Park. I'm here for that.
This is true. This is true. It is annoying to me that Great American. It's that one is not one of the few MLB stadiums that still aren't named after a brand, because Great American is a brand that they're named after. And I think that's dumb.
What's Great American? What is that brand?
I'm not sure.
I want to find out. Wait, what do you think about their pitching? Because that's my problem. I agree that their offense is awesome.
I am a Hunter Green believer.
Okay, yeah, but past
I'm
that.
a Nick Lodolo believer. I'm an Andrew Abbott, aka Wabbit believer.
Okay, it's
I'm a Nick
insurance.
Martinez believer. I'm a Brady Singer believer.
Oh.
Wade Miley, maybe?
No, Wade Miley has to be like the age of like Rich Hill or something, no?
I don't actually. That was mostly a joke, but yeah. And then you got Diaz, you got Santillan, you got Rogers, you got Pagan. Graham Ashcraft, bro.
He's gonna be okay. That's the other. Okay, so here's the wrench in my hot take with Sentien is that Ashcraft could be the closer for them. He doesn't really look like he can kind of stick in a rotation, though he might just be a depth piece because Hunter Green won't stay healthy, can't stay healthy because he throws too fast. He added velo too this year. He's throwing harder than last year. He looks so good. I love him, and I just don't believe in it. How do you have Hunter Green and Nick Lodolo and who's the other one? Andrew Abbott all staying healthy in one season? I just can't see it. I think if it happens, like I kind of buy like the upside potential, but I just don't think they're.
And I really think Jose Trevino helps the pitching a lot. Oh, and I still think he's one of the best. I think Patrick Bailey is probably better defensively than he is. I think in totality, like a Cal Raleigh is probably better than he is. And Austin Wells looked really good. But I think, like, top 5, Jose Trevino, like, catcher. Like, his framing is so good.
I
And
think
he's not even really a yanker.
he gets more time too because um, Stevenson strengthens up league. I was trying to remember what it was.
Yeah.
So he's going to be there for a while. But Stevenson's he's a good he's like a good hitting catcher. But yeah, no real defensive value
I'm
there.
out of apple juice.
You're out of apple juice.
I'm out of apple juice.
That's because we
I
got
need to get.
you got through the hot takes. It was like one apple juice shot per.
Yeah.
Oh, I had pickle shots this weekend. Wait, was it last weekend? Yeah, because it was like a prereq to like actually drinking. It was like you had to have the pickle shots,
It
and me
was
and
a
Ryan were doing
prereq.
it, and it was so good. Yeah, they were trying to get rid of pickle juice that was in a jar, and like honestly, it was really good. Like they put a little vodka in there, right? But like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, real. So those are the hot takes.
Those are
Those are the
hot
hot
takes.
takes. Let us know your hot takes. Let us know how our hot takes will age. Make fun of us. Call James names. You can also call me names, but I'll be mad and sad about it. Yeah, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and we're gonna predict how the divisions are gonna fall. And then we'll get into some playoffs. What'll happen there. But
Let's start with you. Start with the division we both love so much.
yes, the American League East.
Yeah.
My pride and joy and the terror of my life. I don't think that makes any sense, but you want to go first?
Oh, okay, fine. I have the Boston Red Sox winning the division with ease. I
As
mean,
I would guess.
this team is, I think, one of the best hitting lineups in the league. They have 3 prospects who look primed to contribute at a major league level. All are top 15 MLB pipeline. I don't love MLB pipeline, but that should tell you something that they're all hitting prospects that came up together. I have the Orioles second. I think their pitching is their problem. They're the best lineup in baseball by far. I have the Yankees in third. I'm worried about their pitching depth, all these injuries. I think they need a year with some of their kids. Though you've been talking me into the. I'm not sure you're getting to it, but you've been talking me into like the uh, kind of Volpe improvements, and so I think there are going to be some improvements. I just don't think that they really properly made up for the loss of now Juan Soto and Garrett Cole and Luis Heel,
Yeah.
right? So, and then I have the Rays fourth. The really like if the Rays were second, I wouldn't be stunned. I really love their rotation. I think their hitters are they always just like kind of platoon match these hitters and like do crazy things. They're playing in like Little League Park, Steinbrenner Field. I've played there before actually. I almost hit one out, so that should tell you a lot. And it's true. And off a Yankees pitcher, no less. Who is that guy who hit the home run off the Red Sox? Not it's like the first Aaron Boone, the one before Aaron Boone.
Oh, right.
Oh, something Dent, Bucky fucking Dent. Yeah, there.
No. I was
Yeah.
gonna talk about I was thinking about the guy from 1996, but that was the World Series. I
Yeah,
was like,
wrong
you
one.
met that guy because that guy's evil. I think he
No.
killed somebody.
Well, he's a Yankee.
Shout
Of
out,
course
what's
he's
his name?
evil. O'Neal Cruz.
No, yeah, shout out O'Neal Cruz.
And then the Blue Jays finished last because the Blue Jays don't have Alek Manoah yet back, so really they can't perform at all. I love their lineup, but they have
Yeah.
no pitching. I for me, most of these like teams that are gonna be doing better are gonna have like balance in hitting and pitching to some extent. When your pitching like
Mhm.
can't be terrible, and so even a team like the Blue
Yeah.
Jays with like lineup just can't do it.
I think the Blue Jays could make it work. I actually have them fourth. I have the Rays fifth.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't like the Rays lineup, really. I think all the moves they made last year, not very good. I love me some Yandy Diaz, but I don't think he makes up for sort of all the holes they have in their roster. And I'm not as high on their pitching staff as I think you are. I think
Yeah.
they've got some good pitchers. I like Taj Bradley.
Oh, see,
think-
that's the one I'm like
Okay.
not high on.
Yeah, nobody's high on Tyrus Bradley except me. And it's because I had him in fantasy like 2 years ago, and he had like 2 good starts, and I was like, he's
No,
gonna be good.
wait, no. People love him, and like they kind of love him more than some of the other guys because they see like he's like can be an ace. But I just think he's like I don't know. He's like Luis Heel. Like he
He's
has no
got he's got
control.
upside.
He's like that. Who's that? Who sings that
Yeah,
song? Oh, he's like Eric Carmen. It's a pop rock
yeah.
song. No control.
They call me Shintaro Fujinami because I have no control.
Wait, who's he with now? He's um, is he with the Cubs? Am I just saying that?
I don't remember.
I'll go look. You
Because he was on the Orioles last year, yeah.
yeah, but did he sign somewhere? I feel like he had like a contract that was not. Oh, maybe he doesn't have a team. Oh, that's
They didn't
weird.
bring back Shintaro Fujinami.
Oh no, he's on Seattle. There we go.
Oh,
He's
he'll do
pitched in
well
spring
there.
training, and he is doing pretty terrible. He has 6 walks
Classic.
and 3 hits and 4 strikeouts, and so 4 innings.
Six
So
walks, 4 strikeouts is the most Shintaro Fujinami stat line I've ever seen.
I mean, it sounds basically like rookie Sasaki, right? So what's the difference?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You were telling me how you hate the
You would think all
Rays,
the Asian people
but
are the
you're
same.
forgetting what you're forgetting. The Rays are in Steinbrenner Field, and so
Yes, I was not really taking that into
and
account,
so
and that
consider
might actually fix things.
So consider here's the projected lineup: Yandy Diaz, beast; Brandon Lau. The only question is health. He will put up like 30, 40 home runs if he's healthy. Like that's just like he's especially as a lefty in that field. He's ridiculously good.
Okay, yeah.
And then Junior Caminero. I mean, it's junior season. He's like 21, right? He's a beast. Josh
Yeah.
Lau.
I
I'm
don't.
not
I'm not a
super
Josh
in on
Lau
Josh Lau.
believer.
He's like a platoon
Yeah.
demon. Danny
Yeah.
Jansen, one of the best hitting catchers in the game. Jonathan Aranda, if you watch the Foolish one of his videos, he was one of the hitters Foolish Baseball liked. I don't like him, but the Foolish likes him, you give him a little credit. And then the rest of the lineup falls apart, right? Christopher Morel. Oh no, why did we trade Isaac Paredes? Johnny DeLuca.
that
Oh
was
no,
that was
why do
so
we have a defense first center fielder and a defense first shortstop? Why did we not have a generational shortstop?
It would be a different story if Wander Franco wasn't evil
Franco
and bad.
Caminero would have fed families. I mean, they'd be eating so much
Yep.
food.
And now they just feed. I was gonna say prison guards, but they definitely didn't arrest one. Like he's definitely not going to prison because
No,
that's
I thought he
Franco.
was. I thought he was. I don't know. His
He's
case
not
is
in
probably
prison
still
yet,
going
but
on. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I just don't trust any legal system to adequately take care of predators because legal systems are bad at that because rich people are often predators and they can get out of the legal system. Yeah, clearly the person communist propaganda behind them doesn't like capitalist legal systems. Above the Blue Jays and Rays, I have the Yankees at 3,
Oh, we agree.
Reds, Red Sox at 2,
Yeah.
Orioles at 1.
You like the Orioles
I am
rotation?
less. I'm less. I think the Tiger showed last year that you can sort of get by without having like a full rotation of
Okay.
great pitchers.
Name me a healthy Baltimore Oriole pitcher. Go. And can't be a
None of them.
reliever.
They're
Can't be a
no,
reliever.
yeah, no, it's bad.
Like, can you name one?
It is. Gray Rod's hurt.
Yep. And they
Is
lost
Bradish hurt?
Burns. Bradish is still hurt. Yeah, he'll come back at some point maybe. Their ace right now is
Yeah.
Zach Eflin.
Okay, but I believe in Zach Eflin. That's
Okay, but now imagine any other pitcher behind Zach Eflin, and you're into the Charlie Morton tier of like veterans and whatever. Like it's not terrible, but like you just don't have they don't have Tariq Skubal. They don't like get to win a playoff game for free.
yeah. This is fair.
They need
I
Gray
just
Rod not
think
out for the season. That's what they need.
yeah. Which it's sort of seeming like he'll be back
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah.
I just think that lineup, and you said like best lineup in baseball. I think it is arguably. I don't think I have. We'll rank lineups and pitching staffs and bullpens at the end of in a little bit, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, they're fine. I think the bullpen and the lineup are good enough
Mhm.
that it won't matter quite as much as you think it will. I think, obviously it'll matter, and I think they'll lose games because of it. I don't think, I don't think. I think if you paired this lineup and bullpen with a good pitching staff, a like top half of the league rotation, they're in, 100 plus games territory, and I don't think that's the case. But I think this division is kind of in a weird place right now,
Mhm.
and I think you could win the division with like 93 wins.
Which is funny after
Um,
last year, right?
yeah, and I think a lot of these teams will be kind of. I think pretty much all of the AL East will be within 10, 12 games of 500, which is a pretty big
Yeah, but it
gap.
should be an
But
exciting. This is like a come down to the wire kind of fun.
yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. And I just am not as much of a believer in the Red Sox as I think maybe you are. I don't. I think they have a lot of really great pieces.
Mhm.
I'm not totally sure that all the young players will be. I mean, we've seen it many many times that great prospects coming up, you know, take a little while to pan out. Some of them don't even pan out at all. Although I don't think that's probably likely with Campbell and Mayer and Anthony.
Do you
But
do you
it
remember a
wouldn't
time?
surprise me if one of them at least takes some time to adjust, and
Mhm.
one of them maybe doesn't even really have a good year until next year.
Yeah,
Like,
but the
if
Red
that's the
Sox,
case, then
they only need one, right? They fill in so many holes in their roster, which I don't even think they have holes in their roster. I think the team
I
just
mean, I
gets
think
exponentially better with like
I think
one
if
player being
Bregman
good.
is solid rather
Yeah.
than great, I think any injuries bring this team down from like a 95 win team to like an 88 win team. Like, I think if Devers is hurt, if
Mhm.
Casas is hurt, if Duran is hurt, if Crochet is hurt for like a month or two,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm worried about the
it's
pitching health, especially. I
yeah.
think
I
the
think the
lineup.
pitching health is
I mean, Vaughn Grissom's in AAA. I think a lot of it looks like one of Campbell or Mayer is going to start the season at second base, and then everyone else is kind of going to be like you have Roman Anthony and he was hitting the cover off the ball in spring training too. If he's like your AAA depth piece. Also like Yoshida, who's like a plus league average back kind of
all right.
guy.
Right, yes,
He's
yeah. He
a
was
depth
really
piece
good
too.
second half last
And
year. Yeah.
yeah, and Rafaela has cut down on his strikeouts in spring training so far. He's like an elite defender when he's in the outfield, and he can be in the outfield this year. I don't know. I think the offense is really deep. It's just a question of it's pitching and can the pitching stay healthy?
Yeah.
Can they get innings? And I don't know that that's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I like. Yeah. No, I think they definitely have a good shot to win the division. I
Mhm.
just like the Orioles' chances a little bit better. Why don't we do it this way? Because that took longer than I maybe thought it would. Let's run through our lists
Okay, and then see
back to
what.
back, and then we'll like discuss where we're different.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Um,
You start us off with the AL
yeah,
Central.
bottom to the top,
Okay.
AL Central, obviously, White Sox,
Mm-hmm.
maybe arguably one of the worst teams ever last year, and got worse.
Yeah.
Um, Above them in fourth, I have the Twins.
Oh,
They
okay.
cannot stay healthy. I love a lot of their pieces, but Royce Lewis is out. Byron Buxton's gonna get hurt. Correa. I mean, if Correa's healthy, he's arguably a MVP candidate. He was so good in the 70 games he played last year. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I think they can't really stay healthy. And I think Pablo Lopez will help them win a few games, but like I think the pitching staff regresses some and there'll be injuries, and I just don't. I mean, somebody needs to investigate the Twins training staff because it's bad. Like everybody on that team is made of glass. Oh, I was gonna like, why was I said I was just gonna run through them. I'm dumb. At 3, I have the Guardians.
Oh
At 2, I
wow.
have the Tigers, and at
Okay.
1, I have the
We
Royals.
have the same number one and the same number five, and then we kind of mix it up in the middle. I
Okay,
have
hit me.
I have Guardians 2, Twins 3, Tigers 4.
Tigers 4
I don't buy
after winning the division.
I don't buy their division win. I think
This is
I'm
true.
worried about the fact that it's Scooble Flaherty as their 1-2. Flaherty has like one good season, and everything else he's been terrible for the Cardinals. I love Scooble. I'm worried about his health a little bit. With the innings jump last year, Joe can't get whiffs on his fastball, but should be like kind of good. I really like Reese Olson in their pitching, but the problem is I don't think the offense is what we saw last year. Obviously we know they were like overperforming what we'd expect from them. My problem is I don't think they can stay healthy. Parker Meadows already out, has some weird nerve thing in his arm. What does that mean? Who knows? Kerry Carpenter can't stay healthy. I mean, like they're like who's their best like hitter that's in the lineup every day? It's like Riley Green, which is like fine, but that's like saying like your
Gleyber
best.
Torres.
I feel like Green's. That's like saying your best
Future
hitter is
Hall of
like.
Famer Gleyber.
That's like saying Brian Reynolds is like your biggest consistent lineup contributor, which is like fine, but it's just if their pitching staff isn't elite and their hitting isn't elite, I don't understand how they do this. Or or they have no strengths.
Ray Sweeney. Jock Young.
Oh, I like Young, but they optioned him, and it's going to be a little bit. So
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Torkelson. He's hurt, right?
I know
Torkelson's
Torkelson.
hurt.
Okay, Loki. Here's the case. There's a case. Okay. You could sell me. You could say the
Mm,
Tigers stay healthy. Torkelson, he has a bounce. He was terrible last year. You could say they
yeah.
don't need to get rid of him. He looks solid in spring training. Low key, he's hitting bombs. He keeps doing that. He was this huge prospect. He could be like a Tristan Casas kind of like just hitting so many home runs. I think with the worst
Yeah.
average, but like his power upside
Yeah.
is really legit. Maybe they're
Mm.
like, and then what like it just feels like there's still like so many like your outfield still has some holes. You're like I don't know that the lineup is not inspiring me, but this is a weak division, so like I guess with
Yeah.
even a player or two kind of being really healthy and good, that could bump them
You
up.
don't believe that in the Javi Baez bounce back?
I've been seeing Tigers fans being like, no, this is Javi Baez season. This is the one.
Javi Baez.
But no.
Javi Baez bounce back would feed families.
Um, I think Twins 3. My case for the Twins is I like the pitching a lot more than you do. I agree. I'm worried about hitter health. Though they have some prospects kind of right on the horizon.
What's their rotation look like right
Okay,
now?
so it's Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez at the top, which
Great.
is really good,
Great.
and Bailey Oberst
Over.
are 3, and he looked
Yeah.
really nice last year. He's like a top 25 pitcher. Um, then after that you
Fangraphs
get
has Woods, Richardson, and Paddock.
right, but
Is
here's the
there
problem.
4 and 5?
Okay, here's the problem. The reason those guys said they're 4 and 5 is because they didn't want to. They don't have options, and so they're just kind of gonna run them out. But the
Yes.
real 4 and 5 are Zabby Matthews, who they sent back to AAA, who looked really good. David Festa, who they sent back to AAA, who looked good. Like
Yeah.
these two guys are going to be in the rotation after those
This is
SWR
Louis Garland
Paddock.
disrespect, but also
No,
like,
Varland. Wait. Varland's going to be a reliever.
I can see it.
That's,
I think I really like Louis Varland, and
Mhm.
I had him in fantasy last year in a bunch of leagues. I thought he was going to be really good. I believe.
The Twins. I have them below the Guardians because the Guardians are just like they're consistent. They'll hit the ball. They'll do good. They have good pitching. They have good relief. I just think they're like a
Yeah.
better team overall across the board. They're gonna stay healthy.
I just
I don't think they're gonna make
I
the
think
playoffs.
if you're looking at the roster,
Mhm.
it's clearly better than the Guardians. but it's made of glass.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I have them
And
3, and then I have the Tigers
yeah,
4.
I do think if you're looking at it straight up,
Mm-hmm.
the best roster in the division,
It's probably the Twins.
but I don't trust it to stay that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Royals will be good.
And they have Jack like
I like the
ready
Royals.
whenever. Sometimes he's a college bat. He's in single A. He crushed spring training already. Like that's a huge prospect that's ready.
My goat, Gator legend.
Okay, I'm gonna jump us to the West.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go through, and
Zoo,
you're gonna agree with me. It's the Angels.
probably.
It's the A's.
Yeah,
It's the
no.
Mariners.
Hmm.
It's the Astros, and then it's the Rangers at the top.
I have the A's and the Mariners flipped.
Okay, I was thinking about this too. Yeah.
I think that the Mariners have two competent hitters
Uh,
sometimes.
Julio Rodriguez and Randy Rosarena, but Julio's only competent like 1 month out of the year.
I was saying Cal Raleigh, but
Oh, I forgot about Big Dumper. That's my bad.
big dumper. I mean, he's going to be even better this year. He had his like BABIP was like bad last year, and he still had like a 115 OPS plus, and was one of the best catcher. Like, I mean, I think if William Contreras didn't exist, he would be without a doubt the best catcher in the league. I think there's some debate currently.
God, I just looked
I
at like
mean,
their I looked at their lineup for that. I forgot.
it's so
I like Victor Robles as a leadoff hitter. He's great. Um, just steals a lot. Is a good guy there.
yeah,
And I do like Luke Raley. It's like a 15-15 kind of guy. My problem is that they have like 4 bats after that are like
yeah. No,
terrible.
it's like they have some solid players at the top,
Right.
and then there's some like okay pieces, and then it just falls so far off a cliff. And obviously, the pitching is great. You know, who knows whether or not it's because the wall is slanted. We have no
It's the
idea.
batting eye. It's the batting eye in
Yeah,
center field, and then like the way the light interacts with it, and the way like the colors are. That's what people say.
yeah, which is fun. I think that's cool.
And what's not cool is that the
But
team
yeah,
spends
that
no money
lineup
on them.
cannot hit.
Yeah, I
They
was thinking
really
about the A's.
fucked Griffey with that stadium.
Yeah, it's been
I miss
yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr.
I mean, it sucks being on the West Coast and then having like the Mariners be the team you're closest to, and then like it's just like you want to root for them because and they're like I tune into their games and they're fun, and then
I
like
mean, they're
anytime they
lovely.
hit, you like tune out.
Yeah, if they were fun to watch, because it's like yeah, every like nobody hates the Mariners. I mean, maybe people who support AL West teams hate the Mariners, but like anybody in any of the other divisions don't hate the Mariners, especially after the John Boyce documentary. The
Oh yeah,
who else was on it? Was it
that is the other guy.
yeah. I feel bad that I don't remember his name, but he's not the internet's John Boyce, so like we're at a bit of it's the marks and angles of sports YouTube over there. And people remember marks and not as much angles. Anyway, my point is everybody loves the Mariners. That series had me rooting against my beloved New York Yankees, which was crazy because I love my New York Yankees. Do we have anything else to say? Rangers are going to be good. Astros probably a little bit disappointing. Angels
Yep.
going to be pretty awful.
Yeah, that's a division. Moving to the other side of the ledger.
I think we have the exact same AL East.
Our NL
I would guess.
Yeah, hopefully, right?
NL East. Did I say AL
Well,
East?
because we're both high on the Braves, so it should be Braves
Yeah.
1, Phillies 2, Mets 3, Nationals
Yeah.
4, Marlins 5.
Yeah.
Give me
I thought
your
the Marlins
yeah,
were trending up a couple years ago
yeah, me too.
with
I
like
kind of love
Jazz
them.
and Sandy. And
Gary Perez.
now the only question with that team is where do they trade Sandy? I mean, I think he's a Yankee, but the Yankees don't have enough prospects.
Yeah, I wonder who they'll.
He's a red. He could be a red. Noelvi Marte for
No, you don't trade for Marte. He's washed.
He's like 22.
Yeah, but
Oh, but he has the PD thing, doesn't
yeah,
he?
he PED'd his way to yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
I
sure we'll talk
Lawrence is
about
good.
Philly's pitching staff coming up, but yeah,
And
they're good.
a lot of these pitching staffs are these pitching staffs are
Yes.
great, honestly.
Braves, great pitching staff. I'm sure we'll talk about it. You have a lot to say about the Braves pitching staff, I know. Nationals, underrated, but it's a tough
It's
division.
like a
I don't think
kids.
they
It's
can.
like they're playing the kids, and in
Yeah.
like 2 years, this
They'll
team
be
could be
fun to watch.
amazing. And I love
Yeah.
tuning in. Yeah, Dylan Cruz and James Wood and
Yeah.
CJ.
They
Like,
have to spend some money, but yeah.
yeah, we'll see if they can extend some of these guys.
Yeah. I don't really have much else to say.
No, that's a
Mets,
good.
they spent money on Juan Soto and are still going to get third in the division and
And
fight for wild card spot.
they did a great job
Pretty
making
much the same.
Clay Holmes like a really good to solid starting pitcher, but they have that's it. That's all that like Kodai Senka hurt.
I
He's
mean,
fun, but
I
he's
think
hurt. And then like they have a bunch of like they have good not
I mean,
great
I think
prospects.
Lindor, Soto, Vientos,
Mm-hmm.
Alonso is a great 1 through 4 of a lineup, but I don't
Um,
love it after that.
Alvarez is like permanently injured, but I like him. Brandon Nimmo's like another
Yeah.
great hitter, but he has it's patellar tendonitis or it's the other one. He has one of the two. Oh shoot, there's two things. He has like basically a chronic condition. It just doesn't. He has what Carlos Correa has.
Right.
Yeah.
Plantar fasciitis.
Thank you, plantar fasciitis. He's. I mean, I think that's just like he's never gonna be what he was.
Yeah. It's because he runs to first base every time. I'm
It's
blaming him being a dork.
it actually has to do with his political opinions.
Also a dorky behavior. He's such a dork.
Um, and speaking of dorks, my favorite dork in baseball after Tristan Casas.
Spencer Dorkelson. Sorry.
Oh, that's really bad. I'm trying to think. Lou Dork.
Lou Dort.
The future of the Blazers rests on Lou Dort.
Yeah.
The
The Blazers got to trade for Lou Dort. Sorry. Go. Go, Chicago Cubs.
It's Shota Imanaga. He's one of my favorite dorks in baseball. Or Seiya Suzuki. Did you see the video? Seiya Suzuki chopping baseballs with a samurai sword to prepare for the series. He was hitting BP and he was cutting the baseballs in half. It was awesome.
That's so cool.
And then Imanaga
so
like has like I don't. There's a whole thing where he came up with his own nickname. I don't remember what his nickname for himself was. And then he like put it on his locker and he's getting people to call him it. He's like the coolest. I mean, this team is they got those two.
Baseball is better when there's dorks around.
Yeah.
You gotta send me that video.
I'll find it. Yeah.
Give me this stuff. But
okay, so I have the Cubs at the top, the Pirates second, the Brewers third, the Reds are fourth, and the Cardinals in fifth. I don't like the Cardinals in fifth. Yeah. Okay. Wait. We agreed that this was the hardest division to rank, though. Probably,
yes.
Right. Okay.
We agree on the Brewers.
They're all really close. Is the problem?
We agree on the Brewers at 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have the Pirates in last. I need to be proved right by some of the hitters before I can their hitters all have their lineup is full of upside at certain positions and black holes at other positions. Like, is Andrew McCutchen back? McCutchen's back, right?
Yeah, but he's probably
the Pirates. He's got to steal more bases this year.
I think.
Oh, they have O'Neal Cruz in center field.
Yeah, because they moved him on
Tommy
shortstop.
Pham.
Which means IKF is like their starting shortstop right now, which is not pretty.
Exactly. Nick, who is it? Gonzalez.
He's great, actually. He's a nice above average bat.
Spencer Horwitz at first base.
And Spencer Horwitz is another great above average bat. I like these two guys a lot.
Joey Bart.
I like Joey Bart as like a guy with pop. This is great. We're going through the lineup and it's a bunch of like guys people don't like. I think everyone's kind of sleeping on the Pirates here.
Yeah, I mean the pitching staff obviously very top heavy, but good top heavy. I mean Skeens is great. Keller underrated. Jones
is hurt,
Gonna be
and
great, but
the
hurt.
question is he out for the
How
season?
hurt?
And he's
Yeah.
probably like
I
he
mean,
has
that's
elbow
also
pain stuff, and they're getting a second look. I
yeah.
mean, that's Garrett Cole. Like,
But I do think O'Neal Cruz not having to play shortstop will help his bat.
mhm. It's I mean he
Yeah.
could go 30-30 or something. It's the question of
Yeah.
how the depth holds up with the rest of the lineup. And
30,
I like
30. He'll go 30, 30, 30. He'll go 30 home
oh
runs,
yeah
30 stolen bases, 30 dead guys.
yeah how many DUIs can you rack up before the
Yeah,
Pirates are like
30
known for these guys right
DUIs.
like O'Neal Cruz or Robles Chapman kind of like they
Eeed.
did they get Ji-Hwan
But
Bae
like
too? Aren't they
Tommy
like
Pham, I don't believe in.
wait Ji-Hwan
IKF,
Bae
the
too? This is like their whole thing.
oh yeah, where's Juhon Bang?
Isn't that like yeah?
Is he just like util everywhere?
I mean yeah he could be the shortstop I guess if he can actually play this year.
I mean, Brian Hayes was so bad offensively last year,
It was crazy. He just disappeared.
and Sawinski was bad. I just think I need to be proved. Like they have some upside on that team. It wouldn't surprise me if they get second in the division, but I'm not betting on it.
I just
I
like their
think
pitching a lot. If Jones isn't out for the season,
I don't really even
Bubba
like their
Chandler comes up.
reliever. Oh, Bubba Chandler. I forgot about Bubba
He's
Chandler.
and
He'll
they
be
have a
good.
good like Thomas Harrington's like good too. Like they have two really good pitching prospects. I
Yeah.
agree. The bullpen is a. I can't name a guy after David
Image.
Bednar. I mean that's a problem, right?
Yep, I'm looking at them now. I know. Caleb Ferguson.
Oh, I've heard that name, but like
Mesa.
this is not pretty.
Nope, it's not pretty at all. Yeah, we talked about the Reds a little bit. I think they're really, really good.
Oh, we did
I think,
earlier. Yeah, we've gone through them.
yeah, I think they can be really, really good. It wouldn't, yeah. They could also be bad. I'm betting on the upside of the Reds and not betting on the upside of the Pirates.
Right, and then you
And I
have
think they're the
Cardinals,
opposite.
and then we kind of
Four.
you have Cardinals
Yeah, I
4 and
don't, I
Cubs
just,
2, right?
yeah. I mean, I think Cubs, kind of the safest option. I think they have the least wiggle room from top to bottom. I
Mhm.
think they're gonna be pretty solidly at like 88 wins.
I just think Kyle Tucker Cubs is a
Oh right,
that's a nice
yeah,
buy,
maybe 92 wins.
right? Isn't that kind of nice? Yeah,
Yeah, somewhere between 88 and 92 wins
and I think
probably.
that's enough to win the division here. I just think the
Yeah,
other
I
teams
think
won't
I
miss
think
it.
if the Reds aren't as good as I think they're gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
they'll probably win the division. But I believe in the Reds.
And then the Cardinals just kind of they're the
Yeah.
Cardinals. They have exciting
America's
pitching
second
prospects,
favorite
but not yet.
team, named after Red Sox.
Behind the Boston Braves, who are named after Sox. I swear, wasn't there like a no? Okay, I'm mixing up my old team names. Moving on. We have the last division, who I'm sure we
Yeah,
also. I'm not actually sure. We might agree on though.
I think top and bottom we agree on.
The
I'm
Dodgers and the
not sure where
Rockies.
we. Yeah, Dodgers at the top, Rockies at the bottom. He got number 2.
I've got the Diamondbacks.
Me too.
Then this probably means it's Padres 3 and Giants 4, and we're kind of.
Yes, yes.
And I like the Giants too, but I just don't think they're
Yeah, I
better than
like
these
the
other
Giants.
teams.
I think Jung Hoo Lee incredibly underrated.
Yeah.
I just think I don't know. I don't believe in like Mike Yastrzemski. Like
Where's Mike Yastrzemski playing?
left field, I think. Right field.
Let me think. Wait, maybe. Isn't it? It's Ramos and Lee, and then +1. And I really hope it's not Mike Yastrzemski. I hope it is Gerard Encarnacion. Have you seen him? Yeah, actually, I don't know if you know this guy. He's hitting like huge exit velo nukes. He's a beast. He's a great prospect. I mean, he's
They
just
have
gonna
been
hit like 30
playing.
home runs.
Fangraphs has him playing 28% at DH and like a couple percent
Yastrzemski.
in the outfield.
Ugh.
No, Encarnacion.
Well, yeah. We'll see where he plays and how it goes. But yeah,
Yeah, I
if
don't
they're
really
wheeling
believe
out
in Ramos.
Yastrzemski. No,
Willie
but they have
Adames
Matos
is
too.
fun. Matos.
And I really love Matt Chapman. He's so good.
I don't love him in
Ah,
that park.
yeah.
but he could be really good. I mean, he hits the ball hard.
And
I
he's
mean, and
steals
I,
bases.
I'm the biggest Patrick Bailey defender out there.
I mean,
He's on pace to be one of the great defensive catchers of all time.
well, and they have
He's so good defensively.
well, and if you like line that up with their pitching staff, you
Yeah,
have Logan Webb, Robbie
yeah.
Ray, who's back and is amazing. He has a new changeup. He's really good. And they have
Bounce back
Justin
Robbie Ray.
Verlander, and I believe in
I
Justin
forgot about
Verlander.
Verlander.
And then
Yeah,
and then you have the kids. You have like your choice of guys. Jordan Hicks, if you believe in him. I don't.
Birdsong.
I love Birdsong. Landon Root.
I love
They have a bunch of
Birdsong.
these guys. Kyle Harrison. Someone's gonna work out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the pitching a lot. I
I
just
just
don't
think
buy the line.
regression from the bullpen,
Mm-hmm.
and they have too many not as good spots on their roster as the Padres and Diamondbacks.
And I love Ryan Walker.
I love Ryan Walker. I was a Ryan Walker believer before it was cool.
Yeah.
I think I posted my thing without seeing the Foolish Bailey video about it last year.
There you go.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
And I love Rogers and Camilo Doval bounce back.
Yeah, it's an attitude thing. It's like can he stay on the right side of the management?
Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about playoffs.
Okay.
I think let's just talk about World Series. Who do you think's who over who?
Okay, I have the Red Sox
You
over
already
the
told
Braves
me.
in the World Series.
I
Yep.
think that's
I love the Red Sox. Yep, this is their year. Garrett Crochet, you win every game he pitches in. I just think Walker Buehler obviously made for the playoffs as number two. I mean, you have any assortment of Tanner Houck had a 2 ERA in the first half last year. I don't buy that, but any of Houck or Giolito or Bayo or now Richard Fitz, Quinn Priest, you have decent 3-4 depth.
Yankees.
It's just a question
legend,
of
by the way.
whoever gets in there. And then I already talked about how I love the lineup, so I think this team can do it all. I think the upside is huge. I know you traded him for Verdugo, and now we have Dick Fitz, and he's so good.
So you forgot an important person, Quinn Priester. Quinn Priester.
I just don't buy that guy with a 91 mile per hour fastball is going to succeed in the major leagues. But if he proves it to me, he proves it to me.
His strikeout rate was good enough in the minors that I feel like he can make it work.
But I do like the Braves. I see the vision.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be. It's not an interesting pick, but I think the Dodgers still the best team in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I think betting against the Dodgers is a mistake.
But
although obviously the Braves and the Phillies and, in my opinion, the Reds and the Diamondbacks all have great. I think those are probably going to be most of the National League playoff teams.
Yeah.
And then Cubs or Mets for the final spot.
So the bet I'm making is against their health. So So the Dodgers kind of have this
yes.
huge upside shoot for the moon kind of pitching rotation mindset with developing pitchers. And what that's led to is not being able to field. And I know they won the World Series last year and signed more pitchers, right? But it has tended towards them barely being able to. Everyone's like, how are they? They have 9 aces, and then it's September, and you're oh, you're rolling out Landon Knack in playoff games. I just think that's going to bite them at some point. The fact that they won the World Series in the game that they did, that the Yankees didn't close out the Nestor game, and then basically they used all their arms. They were bullpen game city with
if it had gone to game 5, if it had gone to game 6, the Yankees had a solid shot at it.
Win game 6 and it goes to game 7, and it's a question of that game to me. So
I'll never forgive Garrett Cole for that, by the way.
Or Aaron Judge.
That was not the biggest blunder. I'll always forgive Aaron Judge. And I'll still forgive Garrett Cole. I won't forgive Gleyber Torres.
Who do you have in the AL making it?
Taylor Conley. Tommy Conley. The American League.
It just feels weaker.
I think the Orioles win the most games
Mhm.
in the regular season. But I don't trust their rotation in the playoffs, which means
They could trade for Sandy, will they?
they could trade for Sandy. That would help.
Mhm.
If they traded for Sandy, I would be higher on them. But I think probably Dodgers over Rangers.
The Rangers is like a nice.
Depend.
That offense is so crazy.
Yeah, depends on just how good the Royals are. But and I think, yeah, the playoff devil magic for the Astros. Who knows?
Surely not this time, right? So I'm telling myself.
Sure. Please God, don't let the Astros be good. I do not like the Houston Astros, I must say. Sean, such a hot take.
Except for
Okay,
that one guy on Twitter, right? What's that guy's name? There's that one guy.
Max. We
I
love
like
Max on
Max, yeah.
Twitter. Shout out, Just Max Productions. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through our top 5 lineups, rotations, and bullpens. We're gonna go through it pretty quick because I think we've hit on all of it, but like
Yeah, we'll touch
we're
on
kind of
stuff that we
doing this
haven't
all
yet
so we can come back at the end of the year and like
talk about.
check to see if we were right.
Okay. Rotations?
Let's start with lineups.
Okay. Lineups. I have Orioles, Rangers, Dodgers, Red Sox, Braves.
I have 4 of the 5 are the same.
It's not gonna be the Red Sox, right?
It's not going to be the Red Sox. I got the Reds instead
Okay,
of the
we
Reds.
both
I
we
got the
both have
Reds at
our.
5, Rangers at 4, Orioles at 3, Braves at 2, Dodgers at 1. I think Will Smith is better than he was last year. I think last year was a down year for Will Smith. I think he's arguably on a Hall of Fame trajectory.
It's
You
Dalton
could make
rushing
the
season.
argument.
Will Smith will not be playing catcher for the Dodgers at the end of the season. There's my take.
That's a fun take.
It's gonna be Dalton rushing.
I think it's unlikely. I think even if he's not the best catcher on the roster, they're still going to play him.
No, yeah, he's a better defensive catcher by a lot. So, but my problem with the Dodgers is for their offense is
King, Edmund, Betts,
yeah. So here's my
Hernandez,
argument.
Conforto,
My argument is
Freeman, Muncy.
Freeman's not playing night games because what did he do? He tore something in his back and then he had it fixed and then now it's hurt again already. Betts is already like not playing the start of the season. Both those guys I just don't think will like make it through the season in like the same kind of elite form. And then I like the
I'm
rest of the
sort of
roster.
thinking the way I was sort of going about it is not like if they miss some time in the season, that's fine with me. But if they're all healthy for the playoffs, I'm assuming rosters that are healthy enough to make the playoffs, and I'm sort of assuming this is like which of these rosters would you want for a playoff series, assuming they're all basically healthy.
I just buy into age regression. I think for the Dodgers, they were one of the oldest lineups last year. I think they're going to be
But I feel like the Dodgers are getting some devil magic help too.
Yeah,
I mean
Ohtani.
it's all monetary. I mean, again, communist posters behind me. What is devil magic if not money?
The revolution will not be televised. It'll be deferred in Dodgerville.
Yeah, it'll be deferred for 15 years. The revolution is Ken Griffey Jr.'s contract that's still paying out.
From lineups,
but
what else is there? Rotations.
Yeah.
Rotations. We generally agree on. Yeah, our lineups are pretty similar. Rotations, I feel like we're gonna have some.
We can disagree a little bit.
You wanna lead with the pitching staffs here?
I feel like I have talked myself out of some of these, so I'm
me too.
I as we've been talking, I've sort of realized some staffs are better than I had initially thought. But this was what I wrote down before. Phillies 1, Dodgers 2.
We're lying.
Obviously, health is a concern, but
Okay. Can you go Mariners
Mariners
3? Okay, we have
3,
the same first three. Okay, nice. That's awesome.
Braves 4, Red Sox 5.
Red Sox 5. Oh, okay. Well, that's crazy. I didn't even have the.
I like the okay.
I
If
love it.
the look, the question is health,
Yeah,
but I
yes.
really like the Red Sox rotation. I liked them last year. I think it's a team full of Blake Snells. They're going to go
Yeah.
5 innings, but they're going to be 5 good innings. 5 innings of 3 ERA ball from 2 through 5 of that rotation. Obviously, Crochet is great. If they can stay if it's healthy for a playoff series, there are not many other rotations I would want. I would want to face less,
Yeah, I've just been burned one too
especially
many
in the American
times.
League.
Had the Braves on mine, and I took them off.
You were I we talked earlier today, and you were convincing me of how good the Braves were.
They're
Why don't you go through
ridiculous.
your
Okay, I have Rays at
yes
4 and Twins at 5. I have like the pitching
yeah
labs here. Um, the Rays are I love. Everyone's back, so we have Sugar Shane at the top. Loving that. He looks himself. We have Ryan Pepia, who is this is like one of the best fastball slider combos in the. He's like Jared Jones, but like no one knows that he's Jared Jones.
yeah
They have Shane Baz and
hmm
Taj Bradley up the middle there, like unbelievable. And then they have just like depth pieces, Zach Littell. And then guess what they did this offseason? And I don't remember who the kind of return who they traded, but they got Joe Boyle from the Athletics. Now, if you don't know who Joe Boyle is, Joe Boyle was a pitcher. He was kind of wild, and he had gross stuff. You know what you do? You put him on the Tampa Bay Rays. They tell him throw it down the middle, and you'll just beat everybody. And that's what he's doing. He's throwing like what 101, 102 with his fastball. It's a wipeout slider. This guy's he like, I don't remember all his pitches. He has unbelievable stuff, and he's like
yeah
their SP6 or something. I mean, the question is just like this is like a five and dive. This is like a it's like the Red Sox, right? It's
yeah
like you're like you're
yeah
pitching for like 5 innings and hoping the relievers help you. But I do like their pitching staff a lot. The question is
yeah
how much does Steinbrenner Field impact them? And I don't know.
yeah. I think they're sort of Dodgers light in that way.
Yeah,
They'll get great stuff out of their people. Obviously, injuries are a concern, and they're not spending the money the Dodgers are on keeping it up. But the upside is definitely there. I mean, I think if we went out to 10, the Rays would make an appearance.
I think I should have probably kept the Braves at 5. Um, I guess I can
Who
make
did
the
you have
quick
at
case.
5
I
again?
have Twins right now, and it's because I like their
Twins.
1, 2, 3 as just
I
like
mean,
elite
yeah.
and then prospect.
Yeah. It's an elite, yeah. Elite in prospects. I think you convinced me that the Twins are probably up there. I got
But
the Pirates
nice,
also
yeah,
on a I mean, that's mostly again a 1, 2, 3.
hmm
Who knows?
yeah. I
One, two,
took.
three, and
I
then
would have
falling
had
off a
them
cliff.
with the Jared
But yeah,
Jones.
they're if we're going to top 10, they'd definitely be there.
I want to do the Braves case because I think I have them. Like I would have them 5 of the Twins, and the case is Spencer Strider's back. He looks great. Chris Sale's number
Looks
2. I
so good.
think he like can't make the season through the whole season, but I think he's like I don't know. If he's in the playoffs, then that's amazing.
If
He
he's
has
injury
experience.
restricted and he's in the playoffs,
Yeah, right. They can just like kind of time it right, and that's really good.
yeah,
Grant Holmes looks
cool.
unbelievable.
Leonard as fuck.
Spencer Schwellenbach is and Grant Holmes are like your 3-4. I think even
Yeah,
if Sale goes down, Schwellenbach as your SP2. He just struck out 10 in spring training today. He has like a 5 pitch
he
mix.
looks really
He's
good.
so good. And then Grant Holmes is like just gonna be great. Like he can just like be league
Yeah,
average in the staff out. You Strider, Schwellenbach, Holmes, Reynaldo Lopez, who had the lowest ERA in the game last year. I
oh
don't
right,
think
I
he
forgot.
will. I don't think he will this year. He's gonna regress. He's just not gonna like he'll regress to like league average or something though. And then they're like real
Yeah,
deep.
no.
And
I mean, I like
they
his
have
stuff.
prospects. They have prospects. They have like AJ
Yeah,
Smith Sawyer, and they have another guy.
was he pitching in spring training? I don't even remember.
Yeah,
Smith Shawver.
yeah, he is. And they have a couple guys who are like they haven't quite made it at the big league level yet, but like they're kind of close.
Yeah,
I kind of love the
yeah,
Braves this year.
yeah. I like the Braves. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think 100 games is I was gonna say very much in range, but it might be a floor. Like, if we'll talk about Acuna. Um, obviously injuries, but like that team is so good. Bullpens.
Dodgers, Yankees, Phillies, Padres, and the last one I was really kind of up in the air on. I came down to the Tampa Bay Rays as well.
We have very different
Oh,
answers.
that's awesome.
I got Yankees 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I trust the lab. I
Definitely
mean, I
matter.
think it's. I have Orioles 2. I think Orioles, in terms of like pure skill, probably the best. But like, I trust the Yankees to like churn out a great rotation, even if people are injured. Um, I mean, I think Devin Williams probably, arguably, gonna be the best closer in baseball. Who was the guy you really like? Cruz.
Oh, Fernando Cruz, who you
He's
got for the
really good.
Reds? That's like, I mean,
I
that's
mean, he's
crazy.
looked not superb in spring training, but
Him and
I don't
Luke
really trust
Weaver,
spring training all that much.
that's so good.
Luke Weaver, yeah, I love Weave Dog. We love him. Orioles, obviously, like the top end of that rotation, of that bullpen. Like
Well, but okay, my case
like
against
they
them
have
is
one
it's
of the
just
best.
Batista.
I really like Batista. I don't know. I think they could be really, really good. You could convince me they could be bad, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's good.
Yeah.
I have the Guardians 3. I mean, I think that's mostly a Class A pick.
Well, Kate Smith was so good last year.
Oh yeah,
That's
Kate Smith, right? Yeah, that's why I put him there.
yeah,
Uh, I think there's going to be some Kate Smith regression.
sure.
He's got too normal a
And
name
Class
to
A.
continue to be good.
Class A will be playoffs. Class A.
Yeah, I don't think Class A will be like one of the like a Cy Young vote getter, but I
Mm-hmm.
think he'll be one of the better relievers in the league. I got Dodgers 4 and Mets 5. I believe in the Edwin Diaz bounce back. He was not superb last time we saw him play, but the
Uh,
stuff is there.
yeah.
Like, I mean, that freak injury, WBC. Um, yeah, crazy. And yeah, those are my 5.
I really like
I'm not.
Nunez. He's injured right now for the Mets, but he'll be back pretty quick. Daniel Nunez. He's like another Tony Sentient. It's another one of these guys that people don't really know of,
Yeah,
but it's like another like came out as BB fiend. I mean, this guy's
yeah.
unbelievable
I mean,
for
this
them.
is
He'll be the
why
setup
in
man by the end of the
fantasy
year.
I don't. I just punt on saves is because
These guys
like
pop up.
why even draft relievers when there's just like so much churn and you can like never tell who's good. Anyway, we're not talking about fantasy.
Um,
Okay,
I guess I can
that's
make
a
the
wrap
pitch.
on
Wait,
me.
I'm gonna make the pitch for
All right.
my Padres and the
Oh,
Rays.
I have Padres 6.
Oh, okay, then I don't need to. I mean, they're good. Yeah.
Yeah,
My Rays pitch is that they have Fairbanks. They're just like a freak pitching lab. It's like the Yankees' faith. I have that
yeah.
faith in the Rays, and they have two guys. It's Hunter Biggie and Mason Montgomery in the pen, who like could be like if you told me, oh, this guy was the best reliever this year, like I wouldn't be
I
shocked.
believe it.
And I think they'll trade Pete Fairbanks at some point. And he has Raynaud's. He has trouble pitching in the cold and stuff, and he always gets hurt. But I just think one of these guys is going to step in and be elite.
Mhm.
Depth is the question, but that's why I have them at 5.
Yeah, real.
Real.
All right, that brings us to the end of the prediction segment. We'll do some more predictions. The next stuff is prediction adjacent. It's now time for TikTok time.
TikTok time.
Um, shout out the Deep 3. We're stealing your shit. Um, sorry. It was a smart move. Anyway, first of all, we're drafting the best player for the 2025 season by batting average, on base percentage, slugging, home runs, stolen bases, and outs above average. We're going to kind of Frankenstein them together. James will have the first pick, and then we'll snake around.
So this is batting average first, right?
No, you pick.
I can do
You
any of
can
them.
pick. You can pick any category.
Oh, okay. But if I pick a category, are you doing that category as well, or I can do it?
No,
Okay,
I can then pick a
got it.
second category.
I'm going to take. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. I'm on it though. I'm going to take Aaron Judge, and Aaron Judge is going to be my slugging percentage.
That would have been my choice. I will take. Give me Juan Soto on base percentage. I think that's the
That's the chalk.
That's the play. That's the play.
I will take. I'll go with Yordan Alvarez on base percentage.
And that's a good one.
Yeah.
Give me, because he can go in so many categories, Bobby Witt Jr. batting average.
And now that you've taken Witt, I'll take the other guy I was thinking of there, and that's Vladdy at batting average.
For batting average?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go a Rise.
I mean,
I think I think he's the floor is there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're just going back and forth, aren't we?
Is that
we didn't
terrible?
even do the snake.
You can take two here if you like.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
Give me Ellie De La Cruz stolen bases.
Yeah, that's just a nice take.
He's so fast, and they've given him the green light. He led the league in attempts last year. I think they're only going to let him steal more, especially if he gets on base more.
So I feel like I made a mistake because I feel like that's a nice one, and I could have grabbed that. And I feel like there's a lot of guys I like at this next one, but I'm just gonna take it anyways. I'm gonna go home runs. I'm just gonna take Shohei Ohtani. He's a freak. There's so many good guys at this spot, but if he's still on the board, it's hard not to take Shohei Ohtani and say another 40
What did
home
you
runs.
take him for? Sorry.
For home runs here, yeah.
Home runs. All right. Let's see. Give me Kyle Tucker slugging.
I like it. The one thing is like the Cubs park, but I think he just had injuries last year. He should be so good. He's so good.
Yeah, I mean, well, isn't Wrigley's pretty small? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a question of like what the It was actually like second worst park factor last year, I think. Right before to the Mariners. But that's just it's some of like the wind luck. But there's something else going on in the stadium. I don't know what it is. But it kind of varies year to year. But the wind normally like blowing out, everyone's like, oh, Wrigley blowing out. He should be really good. That's a good You can't go wrong with Kyle Tucker. I love him. The question is where I go from here. You've already got your stolen bases guy, so I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna go to outs above average, and I'm just gonna lock up Andres Gimenez. I mean, that's the leader last year. That's the guy this year for me too. Yeah.
I think I have like a bunch of guys I'm choosing between for outs above average, and I'm just kind of gonna leave it to the end.
Yep.
I have home runs also left. Feels a little mean to leave like Bryce Harper on the board because he's so good. But I think I'm gonna take Matt Olson. Obviously down year last year, but like he's hit 50 home runs before. It's Matt Olson.
And I was thinking about him too. And like Schwarbombs or something. Yeah, there's so many good guys there. Yeah.
I thought about Schwarber for on base percentage, but the batting average is too low. But he walks so much.
The question is, who do I take for steals here? And there's like so many guys I like, but I think that the take for me is just you take Corbin Carroll. You say he's not gonna like shoulder injury stuff is fine, and he's just gonna go out and steal like 45, 50 bases.
Yeah. And this means nobody took somebody who I had in multiple categories, surprisingly, because I'm down on him, and I kind of thought you were going to take him because you're high on him, which is Pete Crow Armstrong. I'm not going to take him for outs above average. I'm going to take Dalton Varsho. Um, but Pete Crow Armstrong or Swanson was
Wait,
probably
I will give you a
my other option.
wait. I'll give you a mulligan here if you want because you don't know this. But Dalton
Oh, is
Varsho,
he hurt?
he's probably gonna be DHing for the Jays to start the season just because
What the hell?
he has
How did I not see that?
he's I mean he's in spring training games and stuff, but he's not 100%. He had a shoulder surgery, so it's gonna be.
All right, give me.
We'll see.
Is Dansby hurt?
No, Dansby's healthy. I mean, that's a
then
there
give
you
me
go.
Dansby.
Yeah, I was looking at Varsho too, but yeah, the injury kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably if we're going, yeah, I forgot about Varsho. I have not been on my game with. I've been too much in March Madness, getting into NBA stuff, and started the League of Ireland season to like really keep track of spring training injuries. But I think Varsho, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Young are probably the best outfielders.
Yeah, it was a playing time question for Young for me. I think he'll get it, but he might be platooned, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then it was Jimenez, Swanson, and Lindor for the infield. I mean,
yep.
I mean, Witt's also good, and Volpe, shout out Yankees.
Yeah, but that was just he was off my board.
Yeah. So we'll come back at the end of the season and we'll compare who did better, and we'll see who wins.
I feel like you're gonna win.
At the end of the year, we'll do a whole episode where we like see how we did this episode.
Well, that'll be good.
And next episode, we're going to be talking about like breakouts and bounce backs and rookies. It'll be fun. Stay tuned.
I love rookies.
We love subscribing to this YouTube channel.
Can you name what the YouTube channel
get your podcast?
What's the YouTube channel?
The YouTube channel is going to be.
I'm just making you say it again.
Yeah. Mental, half physical.
There you go.
But the issue is I keep saying it wrong every time. Baseball is 90% mental. The other half is physical. Remembering the name of this channel is 100% mental and 0% my ability to do that. I have no brain cells left to remember whether or not it's mental or physical. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue for my brain, but I think it's a catchy name, and I like the logo. Shout out Canva. I think we're going to do another draft next, yeah? We're going to draft MVP candidates. You know, we're kind of drafting the best player, but we're drafting them by like likelihood to win MVP. And we're going to, at the end, rank them on, how well we did in terms of MVP votes and stuff like that.
All right. You can start on this one, and then we can.
Yeah, I think we'll actually do the snake this time.
Okay.
I think it would be silly not to take Ohtani one. He's won so many MVPs and gotten so I think there's no world besides breaking his arm that he doesn't finish top 2 in MVP voting.
Which means for me the kind of easy takes I think this is the easiest part is just Bobby Witt and Aaron Judge. Just kind of lock those up.
Would have been my 2-3.
Yeah, and then it kind of gets into the fun here.
Yeah. I got another player who had a generationally good season last year, Juan Soto. I think a lot of people have him as it's not an out there pick, but it's a solid pick.
Mm-hmm.
And then give me Ronald Acuna Jr. I mean, had a great season 2 years ago. Injured. He was looking kind of bad last year, but injuries, he's going to light the world on fire again. He would have been a good pick for stolen bases, but...
Except he wouldn't, because he said he's not going to steal as many bases this year because of that second ACL tear. He said he'd be okay with stealing a lot less.
Yeah, but that's like John Morant saying he's not going to dunk.
Might be true. See, this is okay. You left me so many guys that I don't know who to take. I'm gonna go. It's Fernando Tatis.
That's
Um,
a good option. I don't have him anywhere in my top
I like
15,
him. I like him in the NL here,
but
just for
yeah.
he's kind of boomer bust, I guess, and he's been hurt every year. But a healthy Tatis season is like top three in
Yeah.
MVP.
Platinum Glove winner, Fernando Tatis
I
Jr.
mean, he's a freak. And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna, and then it's like, who do you want here, James? And it's like, well, okay, I'll take Ellie De La Cruz for my other one. And I'm kind of leaving a lot on the board, but I'm gonna get one of the three I like here, and I'm happy with that. And I have a nice AL balance.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to back AL
Yeah, that makes sense.
players because I
Wait,
had
can I
three
guess?
NL
I know who
players.
you're taking.
I'm taking Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
And Gunnar Henderson.
and Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not super exciting. Um you can let me know who your next one is, and then I'll tell you who I left out because I think you'll think it's fun.
I mean, I think it's Kyle Tucker here, and just take like he'll be good,
Yeah.
and he'll be great.
Yeah.
And then the guy who I was like thinking about was Wyatt Langford, maybe kind of close for
Hmm.
me, and
Yeah.
Churio was the other one for me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't know who you're.
I I'm not quite in on those guys yet.
Mhm.
But I think we're due for a monster Rafael Devers year.
Oh,
It's
oh.
going to happen at some point. It might as well be this year. I think it's a little too boomer bust for me. I
Mhm.
think he hasn't gotten a huge number of MVP votes in the past. But some year it's going to happen. Some year he's going to take the world by storm.
And he's DH this year, right? So
Yeah.
he just got locked
Yeah.
into DH today,
Just
probably.
focus
So
on. Yeah. I mean, the DH penalty is hard.
right, but no negative OAA is kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah, I still think playing the field. Playing the field
It's just
poorly is
better.
still more valuable than not playing the field. Derek Jeter moment.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna do in softball. Yeah, but Derek Jeter played so poorly. He should let A-Rod pitch or stuff, right? Or it's just
Yeah.
his ego that got in the way.
No, but yes.
What is it? He's
You'll
the
never
most
get me to
properly
say
rated.
anything bad about Derek Jeter.
Yeah, he's the most properly rated Yankee of all time. Who did I steal that from? Foolish baseball.
Yeah. Shout out again to Bailey. One of my favorite Braves fans of all time. Not not a super high bar, I must
After
say.
John Schmaltz, right? That's your favorite?
Yeah, this is because James is making fun of me because I was gonna buy James for their upcoming birthday. It's not actually close, but birthday's in a little while. I was thinking about trying to get them a cameo from John Smoltz, where I told John Smoltz that uh, they were his biggest fan, and but John Smoltz's cameo is like fucking $600. So yeah, no. Mm,
Not in the price range. But you know who is in
okay,
the price range? My Cy Young pick.
yeah,
My first one. Who the
yeah.
Red Sox traded for. It's Garrett Crochet. He's my number one.
I
And he's
have him
gonna
at
lose it.
5. It's yeah.
I get to go
Okay,
first. I get to take
give me
him.
back to back National Leaguers, Strider and Skeens.
Strider. I kind of love it. I kind of love it.
I really like Strider. I think he'll be healthy this year. He's looked so good.
I mean, this is awesome
His
for
stuff
me
is so good.
because you've left some guys on the board. The question is like
There are
which
a
guys to
lot of
take. I
good
know
guys.
there's so many good guys, right? The question is which ones do I take?
There are so many good baseball players. People are decrying the death of baseball, but there's so many good baseball players.
I think it has. I think you can't go a season without saying Jared. I mean, Jacob DeGrom is like on the list for me.
Yeah.
And then I think I would like some balance, but I don't actually care. I'm taking Terry Skubal as well. And now I have like all AL guys, but I mean that's cool.
That means you forced me into taking another National Leaguer.
Yep.
Give me Zach Wheeler.
Yep.
I think he's really good. I do think I want to get some American Leaguers, although most of my list is not American Leaguers. Who can I go with? You know what? I think he'll get votes. I don't think he'll win, but This is a
Floor play.
low upside, high
Right.
floor pick. Give me Max Fried.
Beast. Okay, well then I have to choose which guys I want here. It's got to be Hunter Green,
He's on my list.
and then my other NL pick is um. But it's not even NL. I don't want to do NL. There's so many AL guys. There's like 3 AL guys I like here. Give me. He was so good last year. He's gonna be so good this year. Give me Logan Gilbert. I mean, that's the guy.
I thought you were gonna take my next pick, which is Royals legend Cole
I
Reagans.
was between those two. Those are my guys on my board. It's like, which one do you take?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've been the Marlon James lore. We've been very pro Reagans for a while. I
You have
think we
better
drafted him a
balance
lot
here
last year.
on the. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
no shares of him this year though.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
I mean,
I
I
like him
think
a lot.
I think he got too hyped up. All right, final segment. We're gonna have James blind rank teams for 2025 without knowing what comes next. I forgot what I was gonna say. Number 1, the Texas Rangers. So you can put it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get it?
I'll go number 2. They're really good, and
2
I'll
for the
leave some.
Rangers.
I'll leave some upside. I don't know who's left.
2, Diamondbacks.
I'll go number 3. I like their pitching less. I still want to leave that one slot, but I don't know. That's gonna be silly. I could be really locking myself into something fun, but the hitting's so good. I think the Rangers are better hitters. Pitching is kind of close.
I mean, the Diamondbacks did
Okay.
score the most runs in the league last year.
Yeah,
Tom Marte, Gabriel Moreno, Corbin
Moreno's gonna
Carroll.
be better this year. Carroll's gonna be better. Their offense might just get better, which is kind of
Yeah.
freaky. But I
Well, they don't
think
have Walker anymore.
even they got Naylor. Like that's not. Oh no.
Yeah. I like Walker better than Naylor. I mean, I think there'll be regression with Walker, but I think last year Walker will be better than this year Naylor. Number 3, the Chicago Cubs.
That's a pretty easy fourth here. I mean, now it's just like okay, now we just like kind of take who we get. But like, if the last one's terrible, and I like yeah, but the Cubs are kind of worse than these two, I think. And so, what do you move for?
Royals 5.
Uh,
Royals is the 4th one. I don't know why I said 5. Royals.
what are my what are my odds of getting a good team here? That's like better than the Rangers. Who's even better than the Rangers? The Reds. There's a lot of AL East teams. If I get a Central team, I'm sad. If I get I'm putting them 5. The Royals are 5 on my list. This is fine so far, as long as I don't get like super doomed. If it's like the White Sox, it's like okay,
It's not an atrocious team.
who is it?
The Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, okay. Like Toronto Blue Jays are number 1. Here's the case. Okay, I'm gonna lay it out. We talked about the hitting earlier, but now we need to talk
Yeah.
about the Toronto Blue Jays and their pitching staff. Now we know they have like a solid bullpen. Yimi Garcia, Chad Green. They're kind of looking okay. They got rid of Jordan Romano. They don't want that health concern. What? And they got Jeff Hoffman to come in. He's gonna be a really good reliever as long as he's healthy. Now here's the question: what does that rotation look like? Well, it's fronted by Kevin Gossman. Kevin Gossman, bounce back season, baby. I'm all in. It's gonna be a beast. He's gonna be like
it's odd year Kevin Gausman.
He's gonna be a freak. We have Jose Barrios. He's gonna have like a 3.6 ERA like he does every year. Whatever, 3.7, 3.75. He has like he's very stable.
Yeah.
Max Scherzer, you make to the playoffs. You have Mad Max. He has this like weird thing with one of his fingers, his thumb. He has an injury with his thumb. But I think he looks great in spring. He's a freak. I mean, he's certified Hall of Fame. He's like him and Verlander. You're like, oh, if these teams like make the playoffs, these teams are just like, it's so different. I still can't believe the Red Sox beat the team with both of them. This shout out to the 2013 ALCS Red Sox versus Tigers. Who else do they have? Oh yeah, Alek Manoah.
Really?
Alek Manoah is great. Ricky Tiedemann's out there. They have like a bunch of these. Oh, and they have Bowden Francis, who was like maybe the best pitcher in baseball second half of last year. I think he regresses. He regresses to like kind of bad, but he almost threw 2 no-hitters Like he got like within he got to like the ninth inning of two no hitters in like back to back games or something. I mean, that's not a bad rotation.
Yeah. No, you're convincing me. I mean, there's gonna be problems with that rotation, but it's not as bad as I initially had thought. You've convinced me that you're not being incredibly insane by putting them above the Rangers, even though I tricked you into doing so. Not really. I thought you were gonna put the Rangers at one, but I guess I knew what the the range of teams I was picking was, and you did.
I was
That's
just
the
trying to
point
get
of a blind right.
yeah. That was hard. Oh, they have Chris Bassett too. Don't forget Chris Bassett. That's my bad. I mean,
Oh, I'll never
he's
forget
just
Chris
like
Bassett. He's hot.
oatmeal. He's hot.
No, I don't remember what Chris
He's
Bassett
probably
looked
like
like. I
an
just
he's
wanted to
probably like
say
a
something.
middle-aged dad. Oh, actually, he's like not a bad-looking guy. Those are some nice eyes. As long as he like
There's a picture of Chris Bassett on the screen currently, um, in the video, but I'm not currently looking at it.
wow.
James, next episode, I want you to bring in a drawing of Chris Bassett so I can see what Chris
Wait, let me
Bassett
write
looks
that
like.
down. Drawing. Actually,
One lucky viewer will win James's drawing of Chris Bassett.
in the what do you call it? Like
It'll
sketch.
it'll be like an NFT, except you won't have to pay for it, and it won't be at all connected to cryptocurrency because that's a grift and destroying the planet. Um, yeah, it'll just be a one of a kind digital item. No, it'll.
Is Chris
Oh no,
Bassett
we
the
could
one?
mail it. We can mail
Oh,
it.
we can mail it. I mean, we know some people in the mailroom. I feel like we can make something happen.
Shout out! Shout out! Shout out the read. Wait, I shouldn't say where we are. Shout
It's
out
okay.
our college's mailroom. We'll cut that out. I've already gotten doxxed once.
Docs again. You're just like Devers and Joyer. I mean, it all comes back to Twitter.
Yeah. It, yeah. So yeah, this has been our Twitter. We've been reading Twitter this whole time. I mean, I think that's pretty much what we've been doing. No, nothing you've seen on this podcast today, you couldn't have also seen on Twitter.
And that you can do that by following us on Twitter
On Blue Sky.
at
I'm more on Blue Sky these days.
Lord X Elizer.
It's pronounced Zelazor.
I know, but I
It's on the
wasn't sure
screen.
people were gonna be able to. Okay, yeah, true.
It's on the screen.
It's on the screen. It's on the screen. And
It's on the screen.
I think I'm just
Lord
Waves Boy.
Zelazor.bluesky.social and at Narratives Ball on Twitter.
What those narratives
And
are to be determined. And you're working on your top 200 catchers, or have you? Did
yeah,
you
I'm
move
working
on?
on top 200 catchers. You can follow me on Medium too.
That's a good
I'll
choice.
link
I was
that.
trying to find like a non like Nazi supporting thing, so like not Substack. And I like did some WordPress stuff. I don't love it. Is Medium kind of nice? How do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like. I used it because I think like Tommy Nesco and stuff use it.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah.
unimportant. There's also a Medium post where you can see top 200 catchers of all time, and also my statistics work. And James is at Waveboy a bunch of numbers on Twitter and at waveboy.bluesky.social.
And next time we're gonna get to rookies. We're gonna get to breakouts, and then we're gonna talk about the New York Yankees.
You forgot bounce backs, but
The
yes,
oh, that was my
I'll
busts
complain.
one.
I'll
But
complain a lot more
oh yeah,
about the New
bounce
York
backs, New
Yankees.
York Yankees. Yeah,
They're not bouncing back.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt might bounce back.
He'll be like one of
All
those
right.
rubber balls that you throw at the ground and like,
Yeah.
and then it kind of like keeps bouncing to
Anyway.
the same height.
Yeah. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You know, the YouTube things.
And we're gonna try to get this out on podcast platforms too, but
Yes.
it's gonna be a little adventure.
Yeah, an adventure.
Who knows how
if
the
you're
audio
still
is?
here, say who the hottest player in Major League Baseball is, and
you
why
can't
is it
say
Rocky's second baseman Adiel Amador?
Okay. I was gonna say you can't say like Tyler Glasnow or something. Who's the one who everyone
Yeah,
thinks
no,
is hot? Someone with blue eyes. Who's the blue-eyed guy? Is it Cody? It's not Cody Bellinger. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know who the hot baseball
Anyway,
players are. An episode for
that's
another
it for
day.
us.
It's our podcast name
I'm
again. We should drop it again. Wait, can I try? Can I try? I'm gonna try. It
Yes.
is baseball is 90% mental, the other half physical. Hell yeah.
Real
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
90% mental, half physical.
We're like a tortilla, you know?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you. And cut. Outro noises. Woohoo.